Hello and warm welcome to everyone joining us today. I'm your host Dalvinder Kaur from lovely Professional University. We are excited to have you with us and look forward to an engaging and insightful session. Sit back, relax and let's dive into today's topic, that is print media in the digital age, relevance, challenges, and opportunities. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Dr. Romika Bhatt, Professor and HOD, School of Liberal and Creative Arts, Lovely Professional University. With 17 plus years of experience, specialized in digital marketing, journalism, advertising, and PR. A prolific researcher and consultant, she drives innovation and academic excellence and more. So now I would like to introduce Mr. Dinesh Kumar. He is senior journalist at the Sunday Guardian. With 39 plus years of experience, he has earned prestigious fellowships in journalism and policy studies. Currently, he writes for the Sunday Guardian and teaches journalism and political science at a lovely professional university. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma, a former journalist turned academic counselor with 10 plus years of experience, currently serving as a senior officer and territory head in tie-ups and public relations at Lovely Professional University. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions you can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. Now I'm going to hand over this session to our experts, Dr. Romika Bhatt and Mr. Dinesh Kumar, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you both.
Thank you, Miss Kaur, and it was really nice to hear some positive words from you. And before starting the session, I would like to, welcome Dinesh sir, who is a very experienced person and who has an authority in the field which we are going to discuss today. With the 39 years of experience, it's not just an experience; it is his international exposure, his fellowships, his research work that we will be taking in account today, and we will be discussing the print media at length. So a very warm welcome, Dinesh sir.
Thank you.
And today we'll be talking about print media, challenges, opportunities, and what should be expected of this particular field in the age of digital marketing or digital age. So, starting, I would like to do from an age where print established itself as a media czar, or what you can say, channel czar, where if we talk about World War I, if I talk about the Cold Era, or then afterwards the establishment of television, there was a time where no one was able to, question this authority of print media. At any point of time, if I have to talk about news, if at any point of time I have to discuss something or establish any truth, हम सबसे पहले ये बोला करते थे कि अरे एक बार जरा प्रिंट में देख लो. So do you think that authority is still there?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, it's an absolute honor to be on this panel and having this discussion. And I hope that all prospective students will stand to benefit and will get a very interesting perspective into the importance and the relevance of print media. So, coming to your question, ma'am. Print media is arguably more relevant than ever before. And the reason is because there is a huge credibility crisis that's currently engulfing the media worldwide. And this is because of the advent of social media. I'm not saying social media is bad. I'm not trying to mark that argument. I'm just saying that now we are in a situation where all 8 billion people on on this planet are, are in a position to post or write anything on anything anytime.
As you already said that okay fine in this era of social media, but sir, how do you think that this print is still able to have that reins in its arena when we talk about that credibility, when we talk about the objectivity and preciseness or establishment of truth, when there is WhatsApp university, when there is a Facebook University or Instagram University. So how exactly it is managing? Because many people or the youngsters or a age group between 18 to 40, you can see they are all hooked up into this mobiles, their tabs, their laptops. So how exactly the print is maintaining all these things?
Yes, you're absolutely right. We live in a era of scroll up age or screen age and and whatnot. And as you rightly mentioned, we have this so-called WhatsApp university or different, basically people posting different things on anything and writing in the way that they want to, which was the point that I made earlier on. And this is precisely why print media is very relevant. You see, first of all, the importance of the written word is not something which you can discount. If you go back in time, you go back in history, and you can go back to the period of the Peloponnesian War, or you can look at Chanakya, or you can look at Sun Tzu, or you look at philosophers like Socrates or Plato or Aristotle, and so on and so forth. I mean, words have been very inspiring. Texts have been very inspiring, and this is something which is not to be discounted. There have been entire revolutions that have been sparked by the written word. I'll give you an example. Karl Marx wrote his book, the famous Das Kapital, and it led to the creation of the first communist country, that is the Soviet Union in 1970. And subsequently, there were many countries which went on to
Socialist
embrace
country.
communism. It's a different matter, it did not succeed in the long run. And now we're just down to just 5 countries. But the point is, the importance of the written word is not to be discounted. Now, in an era of WhatsApp University and the likes, there is an issue of who do you believe and what do you believe? Do you believe every word that comes your way, every sentence which comes your way, every picture that gets posted your way? I'm not too sure about that. I think we are already becoming very circumspect, and we will have to develop the art. I mean, amongst those who are not, to become circumspect about everything that we receive through such media. Because we live in an age when there is no regulation of the internet. Governments are intervening gradually, and governments will continue to intervene, and arguably rightly so. I mean, there will be some who will obviously decry it, and they will talk about freedom of the press being affected and so on. But the thing is that every freedom comes with responsibility. Now, why is it that the print media is more credible? First of all, when you write something down, there has to be ownership. There is a name of an author, and that name or the authorship is known as a byline. Means by so and so, so byline. So the moment you put down, you have a byline printed on a sheet of paper. Let's call it a newspaper, and then you have the name of the printer, the publisher, the editor on the imprint line, and in a section of the newspaper, usually on the last page. Some people also have, and some papers also have it inside. And there's a phone number, there's an email, there is a contact. So you can pick up the phone, or you can email, or you can actually walk into the office and lodge a complaint or lodge a criticism, or you can make a correction. There is accountability. On social media, there is no accountability many of the times. I mean, I'm sitting here right now at LPU which is midway between Pagwara and Jalandhar, and I could be writing all kinds of nonsense about the president or the prime minister of some country in South America or Central America. Tell me under what laws are going to come under? Will it be under the law of Panama? Will it be the law of India? Will the court in Panama have jurisdiction in India and vice versa, and so on? So there are a lot of practical issues. But you see, there is also a very important point. The purpose of media is to communicate. It is to communicate facts, figures, opinions, perspectives, which should be informed, right? It has to be done in an intelligent manner. It's different to have drawing room conversations or conversations, in a canteen or a restaurant, or while you're walking on the campus and so on. So that's a different thing altogether. But when you put out something in public domain, for hundreds, thousands, lakhs, millions of people to see, it has to be credible, it has to be authentic, it has to be verifiable. And that is something which the print media ensures.
So while you were talking about bylines and the people who are writing about it, there has been a trend into this particular industry where we are labeling people as these are the Godi media, this is the anti-government or something like that. And newspapers are getting labeled too. Likewise, in today's world, we say, ki, okay, fine, the Telegraph, which works from the Kolkata, is totally anti-government. No matter what the government does, it is always criticizing them. Then Hindu. And the obvious reason behind that is the monopolistic situation into the media ownership scenario. Do you really think, as we have, discrimination, or we have labeled television as this channel belongs to this channel belongs to this, so this phenomena is somewhere into the newspaper industry too?
Well, the answer is yes and no. So let's start with just a little bit of history. I know I won't bore you too much. The whole issue about media being labeled as for and or against an organization, an institution, a government, a political party, an ideology, etc., is nothing new. The fact is that we are human beings, and human beings by nature have a sizable portion in their brain which is subjective. Means it's my like and my dislike. So I can take you back about 100 years or yeah, about a hundred odd years, and look at this concept of the term. There was a term that was coined about 125 years ago called yellow journalism.
Yes.
Now, yellow journalism was coined sometime in between 1895 and 1900, and this was coined during what was then known as the Spanish-American Wars. There was no television, there was no radio, there was no internet, there was no digital media. And there were these two newspapers, the New York Herald and the New York World, which were engaging in a competition on how to cover the war. And they started engaging in sensationalism. And there were different things that were done. I won't get into those details. And as a result of that, one fine day, a person named Mark something, I'm getting a surname, came up with a term called yellow journalism. So the concept of sensationalizing, taking sides, is as old as the human brain because that's how we are inbuilt. We all have our biases and stuff. Now, you will then argue and say, well, the print media is biased, so what's so great about social media being biased? You see, there is a whole difference. Number one, this was a section of the media which engaged in sensationalism, and since then there has been the advent of tabloid journalism, and the father of tabloid journalism in the way that it is now being practiced is Rupert Murdoch, who comes on the scene in 1970 when he introduces, converts the Sun in London into a tabloid and starts putting pictures of topless women on the third page. And this practice continued all the way from 1970 to 2014 because there was quote unquote a market in England which went for it. And then there was an entire newspaper belonging to Rupert Murdoch, News of the World, which had to shut down because of unethical practices that had taken place. So I am myself talking about how there has been irresponsible behavior, but by a section of the media. And this was always known. Like if you happen to go to England, there are people who read tabloids very clearly, and everybody knows that tabloids is about sensationalism, it's about entertainment of a certain kind. And then you have the serious papers known as the broadsheets. So it's known to you. So you pick up a tabloid because you want to read it, you enjoy it. You pick up a broadsheet because you want to read sober, serious news that is taking place. There's a very clear classification. But as I mentioned earlier on, there is accountability because there is a name of that author, the name of the paper, and so on. So if the News of the World shut down, and if terms like yellow journalism was coined. And there have been so many cases that have been registered against editors, against reporters, against newspapers. It is because there is accountability. You can go to the court. But what will you do in terms of social media? What do I do with a wrong post, a WhatsApp post which comes my way and gives me information which turns out to be completely false? I don't even know where it is, where it has originated from, because it starts from some point, keeps getting forwarded, 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 and finally it reaches me. I do not know who the original author was. Information is wrong, and I might lose money, I might lose reputation, I might lose credibility, and so on, which is why it has become very, very essential to verify. And that is where print media comes into play.
That is why you think, or I think that is why this fact check and all these things are very much into, prevalence. Why? Because now we are talking about seriousness of journalism, where we are taking seriousness of things into account, so that each and everything is being checked, rechecked, and then afterwards put forward towards the audience.
That's right.
Now, the thing is that yes, print media is credible still. Print media is still with the truth and they give you unbiased things. But when we talk about the digital age, in the era of digital age, do you think its position has dwindled a little bit or that convergence has somewhere saved it?
Well, there's no doubt that there has been a decline in print media circulation, and a lot of that has to do with a combination of factors. One is that the successive younger generations have stopped reading. They have they're more about 5 second, 10-second reels, uh, visuals, reading maybe probably a sentence or two at the most. We are becoming more and more an impatient, instant gratification kind of a society. So this is a social change that is taking place across the world. It's not something which is, you know, exclusive to any one particular country or any one particular society. This is how it is. The second thing is that because of the advent of social media, which mind you is only about 20 years old, you know, Facebook, YouTube, it's all 2005, 2006 around that time when it started. It's barely 20 years old. Instagram, WhatsApp, Snapchat, etc. came even later. So in the last 20 years, we have seen this huge proliferation of social media applications and platforms. And the advertisers, a lot of the advertisers have shifted part of their budgets to social media because they feel that that is being viewed a lot, and therefore if somebody has a budget of let's say 1,000 rupees for advertisement, which was all going to the print media or to television, now is getting distributed amongst not just the print media and television, but also getting distributed among different social media platforms, not just one media social media platform. So that also puts strain and stress on the print media. How do you stay relevant in an age of such commercialization? Right? Reading habits changing, commercialization increasing. But you see, you have to also see things in a certain perspective. When when radio was first discovered, that was in 1895. The term radio was coined in 1905, and then comes television in the 1920s, and it takes shape, in its present form in the early 1940s. People thought that was the end of the print media, right? But you see, every form of media has a certain characteristic. Television, great visuals, entertaining, fun to watch, but you cannot explain complicated issues on a television because the images are fleeting. You're listening and you're viewing, right? And much of your eye movement, much of your energy is focused on viewing things than on listening. And you don't want to hear too much, you want to see more. So when I'm speaking, trying to explain something, I'm not able to explain in that much of detail, number one. And the second thing is that it's difficult for someone to understand when there's somebody speaking and something showing at the same time, unless I'm pausing for effect. Print media, it's a lot of stuff which I can put out there. I can explain it in detail. I can write 5,000 words to explain something as complicated. You can take all the time as in the world as you want to understand it. You can read a few paragraphs now, stop, have a cup of coffee, talk to somebody, and then pick up the paper again and start reading it again. Or you can go back again and say, oh, let me try to figure out, I didn't understand it. Let me see what it is. You can go back and forth on a print media. You can't do that with TV. And the same for radio. Once it's spoken, it's gone.
So, when I did my journalism, I remember that in order to give us writing practices or for reporting practices, the first thing, first thing was there that we were told to kindly write a letter to the editor. So do it until you get an answer or something like that. And then afterwards, we were told about article writing, feature writing, differentiation between the both. And then afterwards, if at any point of time you have to go for a, what you can say, establish yourself as a journalist or a reporter, you need to be have a grammatically correct writing, right? So do you think in this AI era, chat GPT era, that content, the flavor of that content, writing, or I remember a time where I used to specially, read Navbharat Times just for the headlines because they were very crisp, sharp, और मतलब एक मजा आता था उनको पढ़ के. So do you think in this era of AI, Chat GPT, this content writing, this flavor is somewhere, going away, or the people are not that much inclined towards this particular job or content से related चीजों पे अब लोग बात नहीं करते हैं?
No, you raised a very important point actually, because artificial intelligence, there are some people who think that artificial intelligence is going to take over, and and it's going to kind of take the fun away. The answer is not really as straight and simple. You see, artificial intelligence is a great tool for fact check. It's a great tool to check your spellings and things like that. But more importantly, checking your facts. But you see, you cannot ignore the human factor. If there's an accident takes place on a national highway or on any road, and let's say 5 people are killed, 4 are injured, it is a human tragedy. Artificial intelligence cannot physically go to the spot, talk to people, and talk to eyewitnesses and write a story. It can't. It has to be a human being who will go and will carry a notebook or a pen or his mobile phone and has to interact with people, ask incisive questions. And to ask incisive questions, you have to make use of your, you know, of your brain. You have to come up with searching questions. You have to be curious yourself. Now, these are characteristics of human behavior which cannot be replicated by artificial intelligence when you're covering a spot.
So yes, so human touch that we need, it will be always there. At the same time, the manpower that requires or the efforts that require to cover a whole thing will be always there. So AI is not going to take over all those things. But still, sir, in this era of AI, what are the challenges that print media is facing, and how exactly they are going to overcome it?
Well, before I answer your question, you see, when McDonald's came to India, KFC came to India, Domino's came to India, Pizza Hut, Burger King, and all these chains have come to India. What has happened to the Indian samosa and the aloo tikki and the golgappa? Has it gone away?
No, obviously no. We
Right? It's
still
not gone
relish
away.
on them.
We relish it. And even when McDonald's has come to India and so have the various pizza outlets and stuff, are they serving the same kind of pizzas and burgers, same taste and the same, what should I say, same flavors as what you get in the US or in Western Europe?
No, it
They
isn't
had to
serving.
adapt to the Indian taste, they had to adapt to the Indian palate.
Right.
You have far more vegetarian options in Domino's and Burger King and in McDonald's and so on than you have in any of these Western countries, which are largely meat-eating societies. They're more, they're more domination
Yeah,
meat,
definitely. You cannot get
right?
an aloo tikki in US.
Absolutely. I mean, you'll have to go to an Indian outlet and do it.
Definitely.
And if you want a Western form of aloo tikki, it's called a hash brown. but the Indian aloo tikki is always far more, is more
Delicious.
delicious. I mean, especially to the Indian palate, and for that matter, even the Westerners. You have to go to England to understand how people relish Indian food. And then I always joke with Brits, and I say that that this is a form of reverse colonization. We have colonized your stomach by by our food and by our and all that stuff. But okay, coming back to this issue of artificial intelligence, every new technology comes and the previous technology feels threatened, and it appears to be the end of history of that particular technology. But that's not how it happens. Artificial intelligence will also become a tool in the box. In the end, a lot is going to depend on the individual journalist as to how she or he works, what is her or his ethos, what is her or his approach towards news gathering, towards journalism. A lot will depend on the editor as to what kind of how does he function, what kind of commands and orders and expectations he put down to the reporters, how what kind of accountability that he puts into place, and a lot will also depend on the owners of organizations as to how they want to function. I'm not here to promote any newspaper, but there's one newspaper which I really read, and I read it every day, and it's a really good newspaper. It doesn't sell a lot, but it's a really good newspaper. That's the Indian Express. If you want to read news, you read the Indian Express, and it'll give you interesting stories.
In its
There
crude
is,
form.
and and they do good research. You see, there is a column that Indian Express introduced many years ago, which has been replicated since by the Hindu, okay, which is a serious paper, by even on occasions by Hindustan Times and the Times of India. Is called Explained. So let us say we have this whole issue of tariffs, and Donald Trump today has come up with this long chain of reciprocal tariffs and all that stuff. So you'll have an article very soon in one of the papers explaining what tariffs and or what does all this mean. You see, just to say tariffs are imposed is not enough. What does it mean is important. कहानी के पीछे कहानी क्या है वो बहुत जरूरी होता है. वो सिर्फ अखबार आपको बता सकते हैं क्योंकि उसमें डिटेल्स आएंगे एंड यू विल गेट फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स एंड पर्सपेक्टिव्स. जितने भी लोग सिविल सर्विस के एग्जाम देते हैं या कोई भी कम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम देते हैं अक्रॉस द कंट्री, आपको क्या लगता है वो सोशल मीडिया में देखते हैं? आप कभी किसी एनी सक्सेसफुल पर्सन who has cleared these exams, any successful person who has achieved anything for that matter, is hardly on social media. There are some of them. There's a topper of JEE exams who got 300 out of 300. This is just about a week ago.
Yeah, she said that she has closed that social media for
No,
3 years.
it was him. It was a he that I read, and that guy says, "I don't even have a mobile phone. Forget about social media." So if you are serious, and I presume all of us are serious when it comes to choosing our careers or our careers ahead of us. I mean, we all like to have fun, मस्ती सबको पसंद होती है. लेकिन जब when we have to choose our careers, we have to be very serious. You are not going to get it from social media. You will have to, in the end, turn to the print media.
So from all what you said right now, it is very much established that print is going to stay. It is a very viable career option for the students. And no matter how much technology is there, coming, going, staying, print is here to be there as a good career option for those who want to be serious in their future endeavors. Before wrapping up, my last question to you is, sir, that as we have established print as a very serious, what you can say, industry, and how that it is going to stay and the job market is not really going to die off for this particular industry. So, what are the techniques? What are the tools? What are the what you can say readiness that a student shall have while getting ready for this particular industry, and how exactly they should ready themselves from the very beginning, how exactly the starting should be there.
So before I answer your question, ma'am, I just want to make one other point. You see, why is the print media still very relevant, or how is it that the print media continues to make itself relevant despite all this? You see, the print media has embraced digital media. So you can actually download an app of any major newspaper or even a TV organization on your phone, and you can keep getting updates digitally on what's happening around that world through that app belonging to different media, print media or television media organizations. So there is a convergence over there, and that's praised, and that is important. That to embrace technology. So print media has kept itself very relevant, and it continues. Now, to answer your question, ma'am, in terms of what is it that you want to gain, you see, no matter whether you go to social media eventually, or you go to television or radio, or any other form of media for that matter, you have to understand that you still will need to write. You have to write a script, or you have to write down points, you have to organize your thoughts, and you have to put things down in writing, number one. The second thing is that when you speak or when you write, whether on print, whether you're speaking on TV or radio, or whether you're writing on digital media, you have to research, you have to have knowledge. And if think that you can use artificial intelligence, you imagine everybody using artificial intelligence. It would become one bland burger of McDonald's with no variety of an aloo tikki or or golgappas or and all the other wonderful other kinds of street snacks that we had. It will become very bland. It will become very predictable. It will become boring, and you will lose your individuality. Your individuality, your character, your brand will be from the way you think and the way you write. And that is what this university will do when you come here and study.
Uh, I don't have words, to be very frank, because when I started this podcast, I was having certain apprehensions in my mind too. Because being a teacher, many students do come to us, "Ki, okay, fine, why should we go to the print, and print is dying or something?" But talking to you, you cleared many things for me too. That yes, print is there, and it is going to stay. Job is there, but you really need to brace up your skills to be into this particular field. And you need to be serious, because it is not something that lacks seriousness, or you cannot just write anything. You need to be responsible enough for whatever you are writing, because a line or a name is going with you. And that name will be always with you, no matter, even if you are writing as a pen friend or something, that will be with you always. So whatever you are doing, check, cross check, be with the truth, have a brevity and conciseness with you. uh, so it was a very nice session with you, and really cleared my mind. And I think obviously for my students too, it was a very nice session, where they have also learned many things, that it is an option. And yes, when we talk about journalism and mass communication, so it is a platform where you can excel to. And as sir said, that it is having a very bright future. It is going to stay, and it will always be there as an established medium. So dear students, do come, try your luck, and learn with us, and be abreast with all the knowledge and the current events at Lovely Professional University with us, and we will make you industry ready. So this is all from my side, and a very very big thank you to Dinesh sir for coming over here and sharing these words of wisdom with us.
It's my honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Romika Bhatt and Mr. Dinesh Kumar. So it was wonderful watching you talking on print media in the digital age, relevance, challenges, and opportunities in depth. So now I'm inviting our admission nominee, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
Right. Thank you so much for confirming. Is my screen is visible now?
Yes, the screen is visible. You can continue.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dineshi and Ramika ma'am, for enlightening our student. So, from my side, I would like to request all the students and all the viewers, uh, whatever the sir has said, it is absolutely right and an eye opener, right? So it is very important to make yourself diligently capable, smartly capable, equipped yourself, then serve in the society. It is the only way to get successful career ahead. So it is very important to know your institute, that from where you are going to pursue your higher education. And when it comes to the location, Lovely Professional University is in Jalandhar in North India. And I would like to tell you, all of you, that Jalandhar is a media city. It is also called as a media city. It is not only named as a Jalandhar. Why? Because many significant printing presses are here, many electronic media stations are here, many FM stations are here. And you know why prominently I'm saying electronic media and radios as well? Because scripting is it is being used in both the media houses, either it is radios or it is electronic media, and of course printing houses are here. So media hub है जलंधर जो है, और प्रिंट इंडस्ट्री के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा नामचीन है नॉर्थ इंडिया में. So it is very important to know your institute, that where you are going to get your admission. So let's talk about Lovely Professional University. It is one of the largest and most prestigious private universities in India. और हमारी जो NIR रैंकिंग है, जो भारत सरकार द्वारा मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन के द्वारा जो दी जाती है, इट इज 27th, राइट? सो नॉर्थ इंडिया में जितनी पकड़ प्रिंट मीडिया के ऊपर जलंधर शहर की है, उतनी ही ज्यादा एजुकेशन क्वालिफिकेशन जो हम देते हैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स को, उसमें लवली प्रोफेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी की पकड़ है. ना सिर्फ हम अपने बच्चों को हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस सिखाते हैं, बल्कि एक न्यूज़पेपर है लवली वर्ड नाम का, जिसमें जैसे रोमिका मैम बात कर रहे थे कि व्हेन वी वर स्टूडेंट, व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू स्टडी इन जर्नलिज्म एंड मास कम्युनिकेशन, सो वी यूज्ड टू राइट द आर्टिकल्स. उसमें ग्रामेटिकल एरर्स तो नहीं है, उसमें कंटेंट कैसा है, तो फिर वो सब एडिटर्स बनते हैं. देन उसी तरह का जो जॉब प्रोफाइल है, वो हम लवली वर्ड में बच्चों को ना सिर्फ हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस के लिए देते हैं, बल्कि अर्न व्हाइल लर्न का भी ऑप्शन हमारे पास में अवेलेबल रहता है. सो always try to fetch such institutes जिनमें इतनी काबिलियत हो. Those institutes must have that much of capability to make you a stronger contender in the market when you qualify. And once you will have your degree in your hands, it is not just a piece of paper, but you are equipped with the knowledge at the top side of your head. So it is a thing to flaunt over here. NAC A++, ये जो accreditation है, ये सबसे highest accreditation है जो LPU के पास आज की डेट में है, and it is on the scale of 4. 3.68 is the score, जो कि जितनी भी प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं हमारे इंडिया में, सबसे ज्यादा स्कोर है. NAC की accreditation जब से हमें मिली है, तब से हम इस चीज को ना सिर्फ इसकी जो गरिमा है, इसकी जो भी हमारी जो सैंक्टिटी है, वी आर शेयरिंग इट विद आवर स्टेक होल्डर्स, बट विद स्टूडेंट्स जिन्होंने हमारे लिए बहुत ज्यादा अपना नाम कमाया है, अलग अलग प्रिंट हाउसेस में, अलग अलग प्रिंट मीडिया हाउसेस में, अलग अलग प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस में काम करके. दे आर आवर एसेट्स. So now, just because we have got the highest rating among 3.68, now we have got category 1 with grant of graded autonomy. It has been conferred by UGC only. Few other accreditations are there, but however, it is not relevant with the journalism ICAR accreditation. It is with the agriculture programs, but I am sharing with you. Then few other accreditations are there, whether it is for law programs, architecture programs, whether it is for education programs, technical education programs, agriculture, pharmacy, NIRF ranking. We have got 27th spot in India. Times Higher Education ranking, 99th in the world and 6th in India, including all government and private institutions, even few of the IITs and NITs as well. Memberships. Now, it is very important to know about the memberships. LPU is a member of Association of Indian Universities and Institute of International Education, International Association of Universities. Now, why I am saying such memberships in front of you? Because whenever you are fetching an institute, it if it must have memberships, if it must have those capabilities which can be showcased at the national level or at the international level, then only the institute will make you bigger in the careers, right? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आप में इतनी अच्छी काबिलियत है लिखने की, आप इतने अच्छे डिबेटर हो, आप इतना अच्छा एलोकेशन ड्राफ्ट करते हो, आपकी जो थिंक टैंक है, जो आपका आइडियोलॉजी है, जो आपका आईक्यू है, वो बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन उस इंस्टीट्यूट में आपने गलती से एडमिशन ले लिया जिनके पास में इतनी अच्छी मेंबरशिप्स नहीं है कि आपको नेशनल लेवल या फिर इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे पार्टिसिपेट करने का मौका मिले, इट इज, आई एम सॉरी, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क. But Lovely Professional University is a member of Association of Indian Universities and International Association of Universities. So this means we are certainly going to provide you such opportunities to shine like a star all over the world. Few facilities we are providing in the campus. Smart classrooms, of course, it is. Extensive libraries, research centers, recreational and support services. Now, I'm taking you to have a glimpse into LPU sports. Why? Because it is very important to know that in the recent Olympics, our 8 students have brought medal for not only for LPU but for the nation, right? So in the contingent of 35, our students were there into the Olympics, and we have got medals from them. Few other facilities, residential facilities, very safe and very secure environment, research and innovation, placements. It is very important factor, and our curriculum is designed in such a way that even a BA student can get placement into an IT company. Recently, we have celebrated LPU Placement Day. On a single day, 1,700 students, they have secured jobs for them, and above that too, above 10 lakh of package. One more thing, we have students from all the states of our country, all the union territories, even from more than 50 countries we have students. So आप कभी भी जिस इंस्टीट्यूट में आप जा रहे हो, आप प्लीज उसको सर्च करिए कि क्या वहाँ पे होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट का पूरा इंतजाम है या नहीं है. If the institute is capable to provide you inclusive growth, if yes, then it is a right choice for you. And in LPU, we provide two opportunities to our students to showcase their culture, their state, their country, and the name of the event is One India and One World. Right? In One India, cultural celebrations, all the diversification is showcased by the students of their uh, that particular state. And if you are learning such things, if you are learning a brotherhood, if you are learning a university in diversity, of course you are a nurtured personality. Few of the visitors, those who have come to LPU, from president to industrialist and of course sportsmen, politicians, see, they are not just coming here to showcase their talent or to entertain you, but to share their lifetime achievements, their struggles. Their struggles are, of course, learning for us. It is a future building for us, and certainly after listening to them, after learning from them, we are the nation builders. many seminars, workshops, conferences. Many learned people are coming to the university uh, to meet our journalism students. They are interacting with them. They are learning from them. People like Javed Akhtar Saab, right, and people like Vinita, the Shark Tank personality, judge. Now, a very important pillar of the university is scholarship opportunities. Well, we provide academic scholarships and we respect academic excellence. Those who are academically excellent, we provide scholarship to them. And this scholarship is not only for first semester, this scholarship continues from first semester to till your last semester. If your degree is of 3 years, 6 semesters, then the scholarship once conferred to you as per your academic excellence in the first semester will remain same till the last semester. And this is the dynamic feature of Lovely Professional University, right? We are providing scholarship on the basis of your previous qualifications. We are conducting one test which names as NEST, National Entrance and Scholarship Test. As the name is depicting, it is a national level test. It is a gateway to the world class university. It provides you entrance as well, and if you are performing extraordinary good in that exam, we will provide you scholarship in regardless whatever the percentage do you have. If your performance is good in that particular exam in LPU Nest, you may have a chance to get the scholarship equal to the student who is having 95% marks in the qualifying exam. Few other scholarships, and it is a matter of pride which I this opportunity I would like to take. We are the only institute, those who are providing this scholarship in the name of Rakshak Samman Anudan and Shikshak Samman Anudan. Who are the Rakshaks? Our defense forces are our Rakshak. Defense forces mean Indian Army, Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, then CAPF, Central Armed Police Forces. पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस इसमें आती हैं, बीएसएफ आता है, आईटीबीपी आता है, सीआरपीएफ आता है, इंडियन कोस्टल गार्ड्स आते हैं, एक्सेट्रा, जो भी सीएपीएफ में आते हैं. तो ये हो गए रक्षक, और उनके जो डिपेंडेंट्स हैं उनको हम देते हैं ये स्कॉलरशिप इन द नेम ऑफ रक्षक सम्मान अनुदान. एंड द सेकेंड थिंग इज शिक्षक सम्मान अनुदान. इतनी बड़ी कम्युनिटी जो शिक्षक बन के हमारे देश के जो युवा हैं उनको पढ़ा रही है, एक लंबे अरसे से उनको इस काबिल बना रही है कि देश को आगे आने वाले फ्यूचर में चला सकें. अब उस कम्युनिटी को रिस्पेक्ट करने के लिए, उस कम्युनिटी को रिवर्ट करने के लिए हमने ये स्कॉलरशिप को इंट्रोड्यूस किया है, शिक्षक सम्मान अनुदान. अगर आप किसी टीचर के वार्ड हैं, आपको आपकी अर्न की हुई स्कॉलरशिप जो आपने अपनी एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस पे ली है, उसके ऊपर एडिशनल आपको 20% स्कॉलरशिप मिलेगी ऑन द एप्लीकेबल फी स्ट्रक्चर. स्पोर्ट्स, मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया है, स्पोर्ट्स एक ऐसी चीज है which is coming hugely pride for Lovely Professional University. नीरज चोपड़ा, बजरंग पुनिया, परमिंदर, अर्जुन सिंह चीमा, परवीन हुडा, ये सब LPU के स्टूडेंट्स हैं and they are Olympians. So such sort of opportunities Lovely Professional University is providing to their students. मतलब आप अगर पढ़ रहे हैं तो आप सिर्फ पढ़ ही नहीं रहे हैं, आप अपने आप को ऐसी शख्सियत में बदल रहे हैं जो आगे आने वाले टाइम में अपने देश के लिए नाम रोशन कर सकती है. कुछ अचीवमेंट्स हैं. LPU's women boxer lifted AIU ऑल इंडिया इंटर यूनिवर्सिटी. AIU मैं आपको याद करवा दूं, मैंने आपको मेंबरशिप्स की बात कही थी. एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडियन यूनिवर्सिटीज के हम मेंबर हैं. हमने इस बच्चे को वहां पे परफॉर्म करने का मौका दिया और इन्होंने भी कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी हमें गौरव दिलवाने में. Some other achievements: Maka Sports Trophy. We are the first runner-up for the consecutive years. Now let's go live. मैं आपको एक बार बता देता हूं कि आप किस तरह से LPU में अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. lpu.in is the URL. जब आप यहाँ पे lpu.in सर्च करेंगे, www.lpu.in, तो एक इस तरह का पेज ओपन हो जाएगा। ये lpu का वेबसाइट का होम पेज है। अप्लाई नाउ इज द बटन ऑन द राइट साइड। जब आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे तो ये पेज खुलेगा। यू हैव टू रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ, योर करेक्ट नेम एज पर योर मेट्रिकुलेशन सर्टिफिकेट, योर करेक्ट ईमेल आईडी एंड योर करेक्ट मोबाइल नंबर जिस पे आपको ओटीपी आ सके। अपना स्टेट एंटर करिए, सिटी एंटर करिए, क्वालिफिकेशन एंटर करिए, whether it is 12th whether it is graduation or it is 12th, discipline interested, journalism, register yourself. Then from here, admissions, you can search all the programs which we are offering after 10th standard, after 12th standard, after graduation, after post graduation, doctoral programs, even after doctoral programs, executive development programs. तो हम बात कर रहे हैं ग्रेजुएशन में जर्नलिज्म की और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में मास्टर्स ऑफ जर्नलिज्म की। तो ये जो लिस्ट है, ये बीए जर्नलिज्म अवेलेबल है, देन एमए जर्नलिज्म अवेलेबल है। बीए जर्नलिज्म प्रोग्राम के लिए मैं आपको एलिजिबिलिटी बता देता हूँ, आप कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हो वो मैंने आपको बताया। आप रजिस्टर कर सकते हो या फिर यहाँ पे भी बटन है अप्लाई नाउ का। जब आपने सर्च कर लिया डिग्री के बारे में, एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया इज यू मस्ट हैव 50% marks, a 50% aggregate marks in 12th standard, and English must be studied. That's all. Even we are providing 5% relaxation to Northeast states, Sikkim states, and defense personnels and their dependents, or to the wards of Kashmiri migrants. Now this degree is of 3 years, 6 semesters would be there. अगर मैं बात करूं एमए की, मास्टर्स की, क्योंकि मैंने आपको बताया कि जलंधर जो है इट इज अ मीडिया हब और एलपीयू भी जलंधर में है। तो मास्टर्स करते करते आपके पास में बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटी है दैट you can have a chance to work with prominent newspapers, prominent media houses, prominent electronic media houses, even radios. So कहीं पे भी आप करें, स्क्रिप्टिंग के लिए आपको जर्नलिज्म करना जरूरी है। तो प्रिंट मीडिया की हम आज बात कर रहे हैं। बहुत सारे प्रोमिनेंट प्रिंटिंग न्यूज पे प्रिंटिंग प्रेसेस, प्रिंट मीडिया, प्रिंट हाउसेस जो हैं, दीज आर अवेलेबल इन जलंधर। तो मास्टर्स करते करते आप अपने आप को हैंड्स ऑन प्रैक्टिस के लिए वहां पे भी आप जा सकते हो। एंड this degree is of 2 years and 4 semesters, and the eligibility criteria is you must have 50% aggregate marks in any of the bachelor's degree, और आप MA journalism and mass communication करने के लिए eligible हो सकते हैं। So that's all from my side. Dalvinder, if you have any questions, you may ask. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma. Dr. Romika and Mr. Ashish, can we take questions now from our participants? Okay,
Sure, sure.
Mr. Ashish, thanks for giving me a chance to address your questions. And now let's start with the Radhika's question. Radhika is asking here, Mr. Ashish, how LPU is better option than other universities in India? I mean, this is a little okay. You just answer
Well,
this.
I have see LPU is offering more than 200 programs and almost in all the domains, right? And we are providing quality education with effective outcomes. When it comes to the prospective career, it is when you are learning right from the beginning, right? एक वो हिंदी में कहावत है, अधजल गगरी छल छल जाए। हम लोग अपने बच्चे को फाइनल ईयर तक, फाइनल सेमेस्टर तक इतना कैपेबल बना देते हैं। हमारे जो प्रोफेसर्स हैं, जैसे रोमिका हैं, तो ये मेरे साथ में एग्री करेंगे। हमारे जो प्रोफेसर्स हैं वो इतने काबिल हैं कि बच्चों को इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी बार बार दिलवा के प्रैक्टिस में इतना ज़्यादा उनको इफेक्टिव बना देते हैं। उनके जो आउटकम्स हैं उनको इतना ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव और फ्रूटफुल बना देते हैं कि जब फाइनली व्हेन यू आर कमिंग इनटू द मार्केट, आप यू स्टैंड आउट, राइट? आप भीड़ में अलग दिखते हो। आपके अंदर वो काबिलियत बना दी जाती है कि आपका जो एक्सपोजर है इट स्पीक्स इटसेल्फ, LPU
Uh,
is a which provides exposure. And when it comes to the journalism, exposure is the only key to learn practically. Am I
I
right,
would like
Romika?
to, I would like to, throw a little bit light on this particular perspective, because when you are talking about teaching and all these things, so I would like to cover three aspects that we cover into LPU. The first thing is that the syllabus, right? And here in a LPU, it's a practice that after every year we do update our syllabus. The basic criteria for doing that particular thing is because we want our students to be, abreast with all the new technologies that are coming into the market. So after every year, we do take a review. We do take a feedback from the industry guys, and then afterwards we update our thing. And then afterward, I have already told in my previous webinars also, and today I'm also throwing light on the education revolution that has been started by the Honorable Chancellor, sir. Is the concept basically in this journalism department is that we have completely shifted our syllabus from that is 25% of theory and 75% of practicals, and we are incorporating the AI part in each and every subject that is applicable having any AI component in it, and we are incorporating that particular thing into the subjects too, which I'm sure, because in the 17 years, I have gone through many universities. Many universities are not doing so right till now. The next thing is that we are giving students a leverage, that if you are going for outreach programs, if you are doing some extraordinary work, if you are bringing revenue just being into the degree, that wise, being on the social media platforms, creating your own social media channel, bringing generating revenues, or having your followers up to 1 lakh and all these things, or at the same time you are doing some government oriented projects and all these things. So we will be mapping your CAs or your assignment with all the things, so that it is not a much burden with the students. Apart from it, in journalism, we are giving the consultancies also. Likewise, in the previous semester, we had a consultancy of around 4 lakh with us, where the students created some 80 videos on different things. It was regarding any company that had given us this consultancy. So now the thing is that the student over here are getting the practical exposure, right? It is in the form of CAs, where CAs are getting mapped with all the projects, documentary, short films that you are making. At the same time, the AI component or whatever the new technology is coming, that people we are incorporating into the syllabus. So that is also a part. And one good thing that I would like to share with you is that in placement section, we are giving approximately 99.9% placement. So why exactly I'm giving you that 1.1%? Because in LPU that you have a criteria that if you have a more than 6 backlogs or something like that, then only you are not eligible. Other than that, you will get a placement. So last year also we tried to give that placement also once the student cleared all these things. So last year also we were having the 100% placement. So this year somehow we have already achieved the 95%. So student coming to LPU doesn't have to go for worry about the placements or anything like that. And
In
this year
short,
also we are,
in
yes.
in
So
short,
it's a
who is
win-win
eligible
situation.
will certainly get a placement.
Yes, definitely, and it's a win-win situation, because not only placement, we are trying to create the media entrepreneurs too. Because we are saying कि okay, fine, generate the revenues, create your own. Because the zamana influencers का है, social media platform का है, YouTubers का है. So we are giving them an exposure where you can, create your own platform, maybe in the copyright form, maybe into a startup platform or anything like that. So this is a win-win situation for any student. Maybe first of all because of the proximity, the next one thing is because of the exposure, the third one thing is the placement, and the fourth one thing is that we are making industry people to come to you and get you industry ready. We tell them from the horse's mouth that what exactly is needed into the industry and how you can get yourself industry ready. So fifth thing is this. So it's a win-win situation for the students who are coming over here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Romika and Mr. Ashish Kumar. Dr. Romika, Megha is asking here, what are the biggest challenges the print media faces in the digital age, and how are traditional publishers adapting?
See, the big thing is that some things that we listen on a daily basis are not 100% true. So print media, yes, obviously देखिए जब whenever there is a new technology, the पुरानी जो previous one is there, they do have certain challenges to face. It's a but natural thing, right? But the beauty of that particular thing is how fastly they are able to adapt to all the evolution that is coming around you. So the beauty of print media is that they are able to adapt. So you can see now the print media is only not only about that newspaper that is coming daily on your table or something like that. We can see print media on our mobiles also. We can see all these things into
Digital products.
on our laptops also, on social medias also. So print media has evolved. The thing is that they converged from one platform to another in order to have that survival at the same time in order to compete. So there is nothing like that. Ki, okay, fine, print media is going to die or we don't have a jobs. Likewise, I said in the era of AI, still we need that human touch, that emotions. Likewise, अदरवाइज आप एआई को भेजिए किसी भी चीज को करने के लिए तो वो तो सिंपली लिख के आ जाएगा कि हाँ रोड पे एक इंसान मरा तो बट दिस इज अ ह्यूमन टच दैट वी नीड वेयर जो हमारी राइटिंग बताती है कि हाउ दिस हैपेंड व्हाई एग्जैक्टली दिस हैपेंड उसका परिवार क्यों हुआ कैसे हुआ या उसका फीडबैक या बाकी सारी चीजें सो दिस इज गोइंग टू स्टे चैलेंजेस हर जगह पे है कोई भी प्लेटफॉर्म आएगा तो चैलेंज है बट द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर फील्ड इज दैट दे आर इवॉल्विंग देयर सेल्फ चाहे चैट जीपीटी आया वेयर डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स आए दे आर इवॉल्विंग दे आर गेटिंग कन्वर्ज्ड they are making their pace they are making their place or carving their niche in all this dynamics that is revolving around them so yes challenges are there but at the same time print is going to stay jobs are there content is not going to die and it's a very what you can say fastest growing industry which is really because WhatsApp industry के इरा में आज भी हम किसी कभी भी रिलायबल न्यूज चाहिए तो हम सबसे पहले टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया या इंडियन एक्सप्रेस को ही ढूंढते हैं
True.
Yes. Okay, right. Thank you so much, Dr. Romika Bhatt and Mr. Ashish Kumar Sharma. I hope all the participants got the answers from our experts. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website that is lpu.in or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a beautiful day.
थैंक यू थैंक्स
Thank you.
थैंक्स एंड हैव अ नाइस डे बाय